everyone, welcome back to another yoga flow. Today's yoga flow is for beginners. It is our beginners Vinyasa flow, and it's a really great class if you're completely new to yoga, or maybe you've just done a few classes and you feel like they're going a little bit too fast, you can't keep up, or you're just not sure you're doing things quite with the right alignment. Maybe you feel a little pain or a little discomfort. This is a really great class for you to break things down and to take our time in each of our poses, as well as taking our time to get into each of those poses and to focus on our breath. Our breath is the core of our foundation. The breath is the core of our practice. It is the foundation of what we do, and it is super important that we focus first on our breath and then on our movement. So without further ado, when you're ready, come and join me on the mat in our child's pose. Taking those knees nice and wide as the mat, and then just joining the big toes together. So make sure that those big toes touch. Sit your bum back onto the heels. Draw that belly button in towards the spine. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. And as you do so, slowly does it. Begin to walk those fingertips out in front of you, melting yourself all the way down, perhaps to the mat. Chest and forehead maybe meet the mat. If this isn't available to you while you keep your bum on your heels, instead, just take two fists, pop them on top of one another, and then reach the forehead down onto the fists. And by alternative, you can also grab a cushion, a rolled up blanket, anything that supports you so that that head isn't floating. When you're here, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale as you send your bum back towards the heels. And then closing off your eyes. As you join me here, you have the option to reach the arms out in front of you, or if you want to relax the shoulders, the arms, just send them back along the side of the body. It's really important to understand that your yoga practice is exactly that. It's your practice, it's your time. I'm just here to guide you so that you understand where you want to go next. But it's up to you in terms of how deep you want to go into a pose. It's up to you how often you wish to take this child's pose, this position of rest. Holding steady here. Begin to draw your breath all the way up from the base of the belly. Open your mouth, exhale, send the bum back towards the heels. Exhaling with sound, release, let it go. Deep breath in, drawing it up from deep in the belly. Exhale out the mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Taking 2 more rounds of breath in your own time, thinking about drawing that breath all the way up from deep in the belly, puffing up in the chest, and then as you exhale, you let everything go as you send your bum back towards the heels. Last breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. From here, stay exactly where you are and just close off your lips. So we're beginning to draw attention to that breath, bringing it in and out through the nose. And we do this to bring a little heat into the body. Taking 3 more rounds. Keeping that breath slow. Last one. Exhale out the nose. When you're ready, flickering open your eyes. And then slowly but surely draw it forward up into your tabletop position. When you make it here, take those hands underneath your shoulders, planting the hands down, and then place each finger down one at a time so you really feel that connection in the pads of the fingertips. When you're there, bring the body weight forward so we're taking the pressure out of our wrists, and instead it's in the tips of the fingers, up into the forearm and then up into the shoulders, using our core to support us. Check that your knees are underneath your hips and hold it steady here in your tabletop. Return to your breath, deep breath in. Exhale out the nose. Breathing in. This time as you exhale, hold it steady. And then inhale, drop your belly. Lift the chest, send it forward and take your gaze up to the sky. On the exhale, as slowly as you can, begin to dome in the spine, puff up in between your shoulder blades, suck your belly in and draw your chin to your chest, your gaze to your navel and push the ground away. Inhale, belly drops. Chest drives forward, gaze ahead. Gaze comes up. Exhale, slow as you can, doming in the spine. Chin draws to chest, gaze comes to navel, push the ground away. Taking 3 more rounds in your own time. The slower the better. Don't underestimate the power of slow movement, building strength, developing this flexibility, waking up, working into our spine. These are called our cat and cows. Last one. Breathe it in. Belly drops, chest lifts, gaze comes up, push the ground away. Exhale, doming in the spine. Puffing up between the shoulder blades, suck that belly in, chin draws to chest, gaze to navel. And then returning back to center, really nice. From here, tuck your toes, sit your bum back onto the heels. This might feel really intense in the back of the feet, so please feel welcome to release and sit down onto your heels or to take a cross-legged position. From here, clasp your hands, and then in front of you, just begin to make some figures of 8. Especially when we start our yoga practice, it's really quite intense on our wrists. So you want to spend the time working into them, making sure they're warm, and where possible, really taking the weight out of them. So use that core strength, use the forearms, the tips of the fingers, the shoulders. Releasing out those wrists. From here, give the hands a little bit of a shake, release them out. Take one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly, and feel as you draw your breath all the way up from deep in the belly, mid-body, into the chest. Pause at the top, open your mouth, exhale, let go. 2 more, breathing in. Pause, exhale. 1 more. Pause, exhale. closing of the lips. Return to that breath in and out through the nose. And bring yourself back to your tabletop position. From here, pushing them to the pads of the left hand, the left fingers, and inhale, sweep that right arm up to the sky. Take your gaze with you. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, coming down onto your right shoulder, your right cheek. Stick your bum in the air. Option to stay here, or option to walk the left fingertips to the top of the mat, just intensifying the stretch a little bit. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. As you exhale, return that left hand to the left side of the face and sweep the right arm all the way up to the sky. Reach, spread the fingers. Exhale, release the right hand to the mat. Inhale, straight away, left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread that left arm under, coming down onto your left cheek, holding steady here. Option to stay here. Option to extend that right arm up to the top of the mat. Just reaching a little further into the stretch. We're up on our right fingertips, and you'll feel the stretch extend all the way up the right arm. Maybe coming as far down as the right hip, up through the right side body, ribs, and then up the arm to the tips of the fingers. Last breath in. As you exhale, slowly draw that right hand back to the right side of the face. Left arm sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, release it down, really nice. Replant those hands underneath your shoulders. Suck your belly button in so it's coming in towards the spine, and then rock the body weight forward. Take the time, there's no rush, so take the time to really engage the body, to build strength here and to find your alignment, to find the correct positioning before we go further. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, then extend the right leg back. Really drive away in that right heel. And then the left leg joins. Notice if we're sticking the bum in the air, draw it down so we're long and straight in our high plank position. Hold it steady, deep breath in. As you exhale, move nothing else, just send your bum up and back. Really nice, high up on our tiptoes, bend your knees and just take one small step in with the feet. Now from here, this is probably your perfect down dog position. So bend those knees a little further, raise the heels off the mat and see if you can draw your belly even closer towards your thighs. We come back into our down dog very often throughout our practice. Eventually it becomes our position of rest, which at the start of our practice sounds absolutely crazy. So please don't worry, just trust in the journey of your yoga practice. And the options here are to begin to lower the heels down. Feel that intensify in the stretch. Maybe you can straighten the legs a little, but we don't need to. If this disrupts this alignment, this long flat back, then there's no need to extend those legs. So keep them bent and instead focus on pushing into the pads of the fingers. Drawing that strength up through the forearms, into the shoulders, spread in between the shoulder blades. Check that there's no tension in the neck or the head just by taking some shakes left and right, up and down. Extend, lengthen all the way up through the back of the spine to the tailbone. Keep those knees bent, the heels lifted, and only then do we begin to lower the heels. Maybe the legs come straight, maybe they don't. If it feels good, you can even pedal out in the legs here. Warming up the backs of the thighs, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Really nice. One last breath, inhale. As you exhale, find stillness. Take your gaze in between your hands, raise up high on your tiptoes, and take as many steps as you possibly can to take your feet towards your hands. And when they make it there, bend the knees just a little and hang the arms out here. And just take some little sways, let it go. Maybe take hold of one another elbow. Maybe wrap the arms around. I really like this pose as a way to release out in the shoulders as well as having a little bit of an inversion. One of our first inversions of the practice, allowing the head to hang heavy. Let it go, maybe the arms release. And then slowly bend your knees, and as you inhale, begin to roll up through the body. Take your time, there's no rush. Remembering our breath, the head and neck are the very last things to reach the top. And when you make it there, reach the arms up to the sky and raise high up on your tiptoes. Really reach, stretch long in the body, draw your glutes together. Draw that belly button into the spine, and as you exhale, slowly lower your heels. When they meet the mat, bend at the elbows. Take the elbows out to the side, spread the fingers nice and wide. This is our cactus pose. Option to maybe lean back just a little. Inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, take the palms together and draw the hands down through your heart center. Release them along the side of the body. Taking one more round. Inhale, raise the arms up to the sky. Raise up onto the tips of the toes. Lengthen, draw the glutes together. Suck that belly button in. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale. Exhale, slow as you can, lower those heels. Bend at the elbows, draw the arms out to the side. Cactus, maybe take that gentle back bend. Inhale, the arms raise to the sky. Exhale, palms touch, hands down through our heart center. Release them along the side of the body, and then just give everything a good old shake. Maybe you can even, one of my favorite things to do actually, just swing the arms like a little helicopter from side to side. The hands hang heavy. Release your day. If it's in the evening, if it's in the morning, it's a nice way just to wake up. Really nice, lovely. Returning back to the top of your mat, and this time take your toes and your heels to touch. If it's really uncomfortable, you're tight in the hips, then take the feet hip distance apart. Holding steady here, take the time, place one hand on the belly and the back of the other hand on the lower back, and tuck that bum under. Use the connection to lengthen up through the spine, and then allow your arms to come along the side of the body. Use the pinkies just to lead the way to open up in the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Tadasana, the foundation of all of our standing poses. Lift all 10 toes, replace them back down one at a time. Grounding, finding your roots, finding your stability. And then when you're ready, finding the inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Gaze comes with you. Exhale, slow as you can, folding forward at the hips as the arms come out to the side. Keep that chest lifted out in front of you. And then release the arms down to the mat. Bend your knees, belly to thighs, head hangs heavy. Inhale, lengthen to your fingertips or hover the hands off the mat so we find this flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands down, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, and find yourself in your high plank once more. Really think about sending that energy away in the heels as you rock the body weight forward, feeling everything engaged. Draw that belly button in. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, release your toes, and bring your body weight forward. Bending at your elbows, Drawing the elbows back along the side of the body to bring yourself down in one steady motion all the way until the forehead meets the mat. And when you get there, just wiggle out those hips, let them go. Draw the arms back so the palms are either side of your chest. Hold it here, deep breath in. Long exhale, stay steady. On your inhale, we're going to lift our head and chest. Gaze comes out in front of us. If you find there's a lot of pain in your lower back, you have the option to take the feet a bit wider. And that should really release it out. Hold it steady here, gaze ahead of us. You don't need to come up too high. Exhale, lower it down, realign those legs, zip them up. Plant the hands either side of the chest, bend your knees, tuck your toes, sit your bum back onto your heels. Active child's pose, deep breath in. As you exhale, plant those hands and then lift the bum up to the sky. Take the feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees, lift the heels. We're back in our down dog. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you have the option to stay here, to continue that pedaling, to find stillness, or to take your knees nice and wide, big toes touch. Find your child's pose. Wherever you are, you have 4 more breaths, so take your time. Reconnect to that breath. Keeping the breaths long and soft. So often during the day, we spend a lot of time breathing just in the top part of our chest, and this can induce quite a lot of anxiety. It's a shorter, sharper breath. So notice the difference in terms of how it feels when you draw that breath up all the way from deep in the belly, and you feel how it draws up into the mid-body, into the chest. As you pause at the top, you feel the exchange from inhale to exhale, and then exhale through that same route, chest, mid-body, lower belly. Taking 3 more rounds of breath. If you're in your child's pose, slowly make your way back up into your downward facing dog. Everybody meeting here. Hold it steady, deep breath in. As you exhale, take your gaze in between your hands, raise up high on your tiptoes, tiptoe those feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift, lengthen to your fingertips or hover the fingers off the mat. Exhale, forward fold, bend those knees, hang it out here. Inhale, rise and shine, arms come all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through your heart center. Release them along the side of the body. And take a deep breath in and out. Zip up in your legs once more, taking the feet hip distance apart. If there is any pain in the hips, arms come along the side of the body, palms face forward, nice and open. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, we fold the hips, arms come out to the side, take our time, swan dive forward. Bend the knees to release the fingertips to the mat, head hangs heavy. Inhale to rise the fingertips or hover off the mat, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, left leg steps back, extend away in the heel. Right leg steps back, extend away in the heel. Breathe in our high plank. Exhale, lower those knees, release the toes, body weight comes forward. And in one motion, the elbows come back along the side of the body to bring you down to the mat. Inhale, lift head and chest, gaze comes ahead of you. Take the feet wide if there's any pain in the lower back. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, active child's pose. Draw your bum back to your heels, deep breath in. Exhale, rock it forward, hover the knees, bum comes up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise up high on your toes. Right leg reaches as high to the sky as it can. And then level out your hips. Breathe in. As you exhale, draw your right knee into your nose, kiss the knee. And then take that right knee on the outside of the right wrist. Left foot on the outside of the left wrist and wiggle that back left leg away, all the way until you can release your toes, coming into our pigeon position. Wiggle that back leg away. We're targeting having that right front shin parallel with the top of the mat. It doesn't happen for many of us just yet, so don't worry about it. It's just a nice goal for where we can get to. Plant your fingertips down, wiggle that back leg away, holding here in our pigeon pose. Really nice way, drop down in the hips to release in the body. Gaze is ahead of us. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, option to hold it steady here, or option to lower down onto your forearms. There's no need to come down here unless your body is already open enough. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hold. Breathing in, reconnect with your breath. Just noticing, acknowledging if either you're holding your breath or maybe you've forgotten about it. It will begin to become natural, part of your yoga practice. But right at the start, when we're learning, there's so many things we're thinking about. Often we hold our breath or we completely forget about it. Perhaps the mind wanders off to something else. If it does, just recognizing that that's totally normal, and draw your attention back to that breath. 3 stages of the breath, starting deep in the belly, mid-body, chest. Pause, exchanging to the exhale, chest, mid-body, deep in the base of the belly. Three more breaths in your own time. Last breath in. As you exhale, slowly draw yourself back up. Tuck the back left toes and lift that back left leg off the mat. Carefully sweep that right leg up to the sky. Bend your right knee and open up in that right hip. Should feel really nice. Exhale, extend the right leg behind you, level out in your hips. And then draw your right knee into your nose, kiss the knee, and plant that right foot down onto the mat. Really nice. Hold it steady here. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Draw your glutes together, warrior one. Exhale, release the hands either side of that right foot. Step the right foot back to your plank position. Take your knees wide, sit your bum back. 3 breaths in your child's pose. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last breath in. As you exhale, slowly rock it forward. Come back to your all fours. Tuck your toes, hover your knees, send your bum up and back, downward facing dog. Heels are lifted, knees are bent. And then extend the left leg up to the sky as high as you can before leveling out in your hips. Breathe in. As you exhale, draw that left knee into the nose. Try to kiss the knee and then take the left knee outside the left wrist. Left foot outside of the right wrist and wiggle that back right leg away. Propping yourself up onto your fingertips, opening the chest, gaze ahead, perhaps you smile. We often become very serious in our yoga practice, and it can help just to smile, to release, and then to return back to your breath. As we did before, with every exhale, maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms. It will be available to some, and it will seem really quite challenging to others. So without any judgment, just make the call that's right for you. Slow the breath. Keeping the pose active and keep recognizing whether you can go that little bit further. Three more breaths. Notice if that head is dropping, keep the gaze out in front of you. Last breath in. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself back up onto your hands, tuck the back right toes, reach that right leg off the mat, and slowly, with consideration, extend the left leg up to the sky, high as you can. Bend the left knee, open up in the left hip. Exhale, extend left leg behind, level out your hips, and draw that left knee into your nose, kiss the knee. Plant that left foot down. You're welcome to use your right hand to help wiggle it forward onto our fingertips, and in your own time raise the arms up to the sky. You always have the option to drop the back right knee. Hold it steady, breathing in. Exhale, lower the hands either side of that left foot. Step the left foot back. Take the knees wide, child's pose, 3 breaths. If it's a lot in the shoulders, bring the arms back along the side of the body. Last breath in. As you exhale, extend the arms out in front. Bring your body weight forward. Sit your bum back onto your heels. And just spin the legs out in front of you, planting the feet firmly down onto the mat. From here, hold onto the back of the thighs. Open up in the chest, extend, reach your arms out in front of you, and then suck your belly in and create a C shape with the back of the body. So we reach the arms forward, plant the feet, all 4 corners of the feet onto the mat. Keep this C shape as you lower yourself down to the mat at one steady pace. Keep the gaze out in front of you. Keep the feet firmly on the mat and just trust that you can keep going, using that core strength all the way down until you meet the mat. Really nice. Draw your knees in towards the body. Squeeze them in, wrap the arms around, and just take some little rocks, releasing out the lower spine. Extend the left leg away as you squeeze the right leg in, and then use the left hand just to guide that right knee over to the left hand side. It can just hover there as you extend the right arm out to the right and the gaze follows. Easy side twist. Beginning to slow that breath once more. Last 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe it in. On the exhale, coming back around through center. Squeeze that right thigh into the body. Feel that connection. And then extend the right leg away and draw the left knee into the body. Squeeze it in. On the exhale, use your right hand to guide by taking hold of the left side of the left knee. Gentle twist, extend the left arm out to the left. Release it out here. Slow things down. Perhaps you even close off your eyes for a moment. Last 3 breaths. When you've taken your 3 breaths, slowly come back into center. Squeeze both knees into the body, wrap your arms around and squeeze your toes tightly. Draw your head in towards your knees and squeeze everything into the tiniest ball possible. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, release, let it go. Drop down into your Shavasana. Arms come wide, legs come wide as you lay on your back and you completely let go. Let go of your breath. Maybe take 1 deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh out. Let the eyes flicker close. And come into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Releasing everything out. If there's any last little areas of tension, any last little aches or pains, send the breath there. Let them go. And then begin to draw your attention to the crown of the head, the top of the head. Softening here, releasing out any tension. Allowing this softness to come down around the eyes, into the cheeks, the jawline, removing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, unclenching the jaw, softening, releasing down the back of the neck, into the shoulders, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, relaxing the wrists, the palm of the hand, the fingers, softening down into your chest, your ribs, the back muscles, releasing the spine, the belly, the hips, the glutes, the thighs, softening the knees, relaxing the calves, the ankles, heel, sole of the foot, ball of the foot, all 10 toes. And then just allowing this sweeping relaxation to wash over you all the way from the tip of the head to the tip of the fingers, to the tip of the toes. Allowing yourself to drop down into the earth, to completely relax and let go. allowing ourselves this moment of silence, this moment for our body to absorb all of the goodness, all of your hard work. Knowing that you can stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you wish, the longer the better. Or when you're ready in your own time, drawing your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest, gently rocking to your right hand side, the side that fills you up with energy for the rest of your day. Rocking to a comfortable seated position with the eyes lightly closed. Rest the back of the hands on top of the knees. Lightly touch thumb and index finger in a little circle, our chin mudra. This reminder to be present. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Flicker open your eyes and just notice how you feel now. Offering yourself a moment of gratitude for taking the time for you today. Thank you so much for practicing with me, drawing our hands to our heart center. Namaste.